I go or you go first?
You may go first.
I have a dual nature, a Niv Mizzet the Firemind, and a cast through time.
I have a comeuppance, a debt of loyalty, and a moorland haunt. So this is a land that exiles creatures from your graveyard. This regenerates a creature, and I gain control of it if it is regenerated this way. And this is prevent all damage that will be dealt to me and planeswalkers I control this turn, and a bunch of other stuff that happens. If a damage from a creature source is prevented this way, comeuppance deals that much damage to that creature. If damage from a non-creature source is prevented this way, I deal that much damage to its controller.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw.
No. In your upkeep, I have responses.
Sure.
Because I have this comeuppance that I can cast right now. So I will be doing that. Now you may continue to draw, and then...
I have no draw, main phase. Main phase, I'm going to play Cast Through Time. Instants and sorcery spells I control have Rebound.
Okay.
More with the words, or you're familiar with Rebound?
We're familiar with Rebound.
I am then going to cast Dual Nature.
Okay.
Whenever a non-token creature enters, its controller creates a token that's a copy of that creature. Whenever a non-token creature leaves the battlefield, exile all tokens with the same name as that creature. When this enchantment... Oh, yeah, well, too late. When this enchantment leaves the battlefield, exile all tokens created with that enchantment. I should have admitted it before.
Now you get to experience the joys of
and then
the legend rule.
Sadness on this deck. I'm gonna cast Niv Mizzet.
Yeah.
It is a non-token creature.
It is.
So I'm going to create a token that's a copy of it.
With this trigger on the stack.
Yes.
I am going to Debt of Loyalty Niv Mizzet.
Okay. You're gonna regenerate it?
Firemind?
Yep.
I regenerate target creature. I gain control of that creature if it regenerates this way.
Do I bother making this since one of them is gonna die?
That's up to you.
I don't know what I started.
It's very Trogdor.
Okay. Enters the battlefield.
Excellent.
The legend rule comes. I will get rid of... Oh, sorry. This enters the battlefield.
Yep.
While this is on the stack, I tap this to draw... I don't know which takes priority, if it's the legend rule or if it's the tap ability. I think... So, what I'm going to do is... This enters the battlefield.
Yep.
In response to this entering the battlefield, I'm going to tap this to draw a card.
You're going to lose.
Okay.
This creature does not have haste, and its tap ability would
Good
require
point.
it to have haste. For clarity, the legend rule is something that cannot be responded to. It does not use the stack. So
I have never done with the legend rule because it's been so many years since I played Modern.
Thankfully, that wasn't the thing that lost you that turn.
What else was going to lose me the turn?
Well, you drawing a card was what lost you
Yeah.
that turn. So I don't feel bad about being like, haha, the legend rule is what got you.
Yes, you go first.
Okay, I will go first. Oh, Lord in heaven.
Oh no.
What do you have?
I have a Howling Mine, a Call to Heal,
Okay.
and a Fecundity.
I have a Teferi's puzzle box.
Yeah.
Which is, don't worry, I can save us from this. So at the beginning of each player's draw step, that player puts cards in their hand on bottom of the library in any order and then draws that many cards. So that's miserable. But don't worry, because I have a Funeral Charm, which is an instant that can target player discards a card, target creature gets +2/-1, and target creature gains Swamp Walk until end of turn. So, yeah, I'm going to get rid of that. But I also have this Chaos Sphere, which we will have to deal with, which is creatures with flying can block only creatures with flying, and creatures without flying have reach. So, untap, upkeep, in my upkeep, Funeral Charm, discard this card, target myself, discard this card. You have no responses to
I do not.
Great, okay. That goes over here, and then I will draw step, no draw, main phase. 1, I will cast Chaos Sphere. which we just discussed. It is a world enchantment.
Which is always fun.
There are multiple. I have been informed by Jagged Cardboard that there are multiple world enchantments in their Judge's Tower, so keep that in mind. I will pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I have an Endbringer's Revel.
Okay.
So I'm going to start by playing main phase. I'm going to start by playing a Howling Mine.
Yes.
At the beginning of each player's draw step, if this artifact is untapped, that player draws an additional card.
Yep.
I am then going to cast a Fecundity. Whenever a creature dies, that creature's controller may draw a card. I am then going to cast a Endbringer's Revel, which has pay for mana, return target creature card from a graveyard to its owner's hand. Any player may activate this, but only as a sorcery.
Okay.
And I have no targets for this. I have no targets for this, so I believe I'm going to move to combat, second main, end step, pass.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw step. At the beginning of my draw step, I draw an additional card for Howling Mine, and then I will draw this card. Wait. Okay, it's Copy Enchantment. Good stuff. And then I will draw this, which is a Dangerous Wager, which is discard my hand and draw 2 cards.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
dangerous.
It is dangerous, because I feel like... So this Copy Enchantment... There was a part of me that because like the goal of this for me is to actually win with damage.
Fair.
That's how.
Okay.
Like, that's how I want to win. I want to be like flawless in my execution of the rules and just win through combat damage.
I don't know if we'll get there.
No, I don't either. But using Copy Enchantment to copy like Fecundity to like draw into more
cards
felt good. But I think I feel that. It is, we're not there yet. So in my draw step, before I move to main phase, I'm going to cast Dangerous Wager in my draw step.
Okay.
So I will discard this. This resolves, and I draw 1, and I draw 2. Endless Whispers, which is each creature has, when this creature dies, choose a target opponent, and that player gains control of it.
Lovely.
And then Enduring Renewal, which is my favorite card in Commander. Play with your hand revealed. If you would draw a card, reveal the top card of your library instead. If that card is a creature card, put it into your graveyard. Otherwise, draw a card. And whenever a creature card is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, return it to your hand. Which means I'm no longer winning with combat because this thing's gonna prevent me from drawing creatures.
Is it just you?
It's just me. Okay. Now, if you get a creature and I manage to kill it, Endless Whispers will put it into control under my control.
Yeah.
But we'll get there, I suppose.
We need some creatures first.
I need some creatures first. I'm going to cast this Endless Whispers, and then this Enduring Renewal. And that's my board, and I pass the turn.
It is my untap, upkeep, draw. First draw for Howling Mine, a Human Frailty. And then my normal draw per turn is a Dictate of Crufix. It has a flash. I will cast this in my draw step. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. So we are now up to 3 draws per turn. I have no targets for my instants. I have nothing to do for my enchantments. I will then combat, second main, end step, pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I reveal all of my draws.
Don't you lose? Because aren't you supposed to play with the top card revealed?
No, I have to play with my hand revealed.
Oh, I thought it said card. Okay.
Play with my hands revealed. I do have to reveal all the cards that I draw, though, before I draw them. So I have not drawn this card. I have to reveal it before I draw it. It is a creature, so instead of drawing this, it goes to the graveyard. This only cares about when creatures die. So this isn't dying, so it doesn't matter whenever a creature dies, so that doesn't matter. So that was my first draw that was not a draw, because this is a replacement effect, so it doesn't... This does not add on to this, so it doesn't suddenly say, like, I need to draw more cards, so I am still just doing 3. I have not drawn this card. I am revealing it. It is also a creature. It goes into the bin. I am going to go down to my normal draw, and I am going to draw. I'm going to reveal before I draw. And it is not a creature. It is a Pact of Negation. So that goes to my hand. I have no legal targets for my pact of negation, so I will pass the turn.
Okay, you will lose.
Fantastic, because I had to activate
Endbringer's
that
reveal.
ability.
Yes. Woo! We got there. Damn. I was like, is he gonna forget? Is he gonna forget? Like, you even pointed it out the first time.
Yep, and I totally did.
Whew. Still got time? Yeah. It was crazy. We had all these instances with no effing targets.
There's very little removal in the deck as well. So the fact that we saw so much removal, I'm now like, well.
The rest of it is just gonna be
It's just gas now. Yeah, alright.
Alright. Gristlebrand, Gristlebrand, Gristlebrand.
Nope. No Grizzlebrand.
I have Mediate, Aether Vial, and Staff of Nin. I believe it is me first.
It is you first. I have an Unexpectedly Absent, which is put target non-land permanent into its owner's library just beneath the top X cards of the library. I have a Treasure Cruise,
Lovely.
which is draw 3 cards with Delve, and Ensnaring Bridge, which is creatures with power greater than the number of cards in my hand cannot attack. That is both yours and my creatures.
Okay, so am I first?
You are first.
So, untap, upkeep, and upkeep. I will play Meditate,
Okay.
which is draw 4 cards, and I will skip my next turn.
Okay, I accept.
So, well, my first is a Grim Harvest. If you want me to read out many more of these, just
Keep going.
Okay.
Yep.
Second, Blast from the Past.
Oh yeah.
Moonring Mirror for third, and then my fourth is a Mirari. Okay.
Good luck.
This one kills me every time.
Sure it does.
So give me a minute.
Take your time.
So I believe I am going to. I always forget the difference between Madness and Cycle.
So cycling is
Just discard.
You discard, and then madness is while the card is being discarded, you may pay.
And it does the ability.
Yeah.
So I am going to. Flashback is.
From the graveyard.
So I'm going to cycle this,
Okay.
paying its Madness and Kicker cost and buyback.
Correct. What would you like to do?
So, I'm going to deal 2 damage to any target. I'm going to choose myself.
Okay.
Because I hate myself. And I am then going to create a 1/1 red goblin token. This is going to go back to my hand for buyback, and I am then going to draw a card. Have I lost? Okay.
No, I think that is correct.
I think so.
You cycled, which meant that you get to draw a card. You cast the madness. You cast it for madness cost. You don't. You played the kicker. You paid the buyback. You do not need to flashback. Technically, I think
I did buyback over flashback because flashback is if it was in the graveyard, right?
Yeah, you did. You did buyback, not kicker, or you did buyback, not flashback, which is correct. You deal 2 damage to any target. If the spell was kicked, which it was, you get to play. You get a goblin, which you did.
Yep.
Okay. All is correct.
And then, so I'm still in my upkeep because that is when I had priority for mediate.
Yes.
Meditate?
Yep.
Meditate,
Meditate.
sorry.
Yep.
Nope. Okay, we'll go to my draw phase.
Okay. In response to you moving to draw, I would like to say that this goblin is unexpectedly absent, and he's going to go 3rd from the top of the deck.
Okay. I will then go to my main phase. I'm going to cast Anvil of Bogarden. Players have no maximum hand size. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card, then discards card.
I accept.
I am going to play Aether Vial, which has the beginning of your upkeep. You may put a charge counter on this creature. You may tap. You may put a creature card with mana value equal to the number of charge counters on this artifact from your hand onto the battlefield. And I believe even though I don't have a target, I still need to activate it.
Because you may.
Because I may. So I will tap it for 0. because there's no counters and I have no creatures anyway. I am going to then play a Staff of Nin, which is an artifact that has the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card, tap. This artifact deals 1 damage to any target. I am going to tap Staff of Nin, and I'm going to deal 1 damage to myself. I am at 17. This is just awful. I hate this so much.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Not with Blast from the Past. I'm then going to play Moon Ring Mirror.
What do?
Whenever you draw a card, exile the top card of your library face down. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile all cards from your hand face down. If you do, put all other cards you own exiled with this artifact into your hand.
Hey, there's a way for you to get rid of the Blast from the Past. Just put it into exile.
I will then continue. I will cast Mirari.
Okay.
Because this is upkeep, so I have nothing to do with this. Whenever I cast an instant or sorcery spell, I may pay 3. If I do copy that spell, you may choose new targets for that spell.
Excellent.
And I have no legal targets for this, and this has already been cast, so I believe that is my first turn.
Phenomenal. Well done. I'm just going to read so I understand.
It is a lot of words.
Whenever you draw a card, exile the top card of your library face down. Cool. All right.
So, clarity.
Yes.
When I still draw a card, and then the next card is exiled, or the drawn card is exiled?
My understanding of the wording on this is whenever you draw a card, exile the top card of your library. So you do... It doesn't say whenever you would draw a card, exile the top card of your library. So my understanding is you will draw the card and then exile the next card.
Yeah, okay. That is how I read it too.
So I have no maximum hand
one matters to
size.
you.
Yes, and at the beginning of each player's draw step, I draw an additional card, then I discard a card. Okay, so it's not just draw. Okay. Untap. Upkeep.
In your upkeep, I have a hold.
Sure, I will move to draw, so pass turn, or pass
I
priority.
will cycle Blast from the Past.
Okay.
For 2, pay its Madness, its Kicker, in Spyback, and then I will also pay 3 from Mirari to copy the spell.
Okay,
So-
can I have targets for the first?
The first version, I'm going to target myself.
Okay.
And the copied version, I'm going to target you.
Good.
So the copy will resolve first.
Okay.
Which will do 2 damage to you.
Okay.
And create me a 1/1.
Okay, here is your 1/1.
And then the second version is going to do 2 damage to me.
Okay.
And create me an additional 1/1.
Okay.
I believe that is it.
You are done.
I am done.
And you cycled, so there should be a draw.
A draw,
that happens.
yeah.
All right.